Welcome guys, the first playtest for Update 13 starts tomorrow, the 10th of November, and so only a few days after the Flamethrower update news, we have now received a prospective list of changes which are expected to drop in Update 13 on PC and console. There's absolutely loads of content and quality of life updates here, so before we pick out the main bits, please consider subscribing so you can stay up to date on Hell Let Loose. Right, let's take a look. Update 13 Playtest Environment 1 Changelog. So the reason we're getting this now is so that players involved in the testing of Update 13 can understand what has changed and what aspects to test. What this means is that this list is subject to change, but we can still get a good look at what's included in Update 13, so let's jump in and see what it says. Update 13 marks a big step forward in regards to both new features and improvements to older systems with the freshly refactored animation system. With this new animation system, TPP animations should see a notable improvement to performance when in confined areas with large quantities of players and bring updated, smoother and more fluid character animations to the visual front. Okay, so that sounds very promising from a performance perspective, but there's another bit here which reads, in later PTEs we will also be using the time to test the implementation of a new Vivox VoIP backend. So this is obviously the system that drives the comms in Hell Let Loose and has me very excited to see if maybe they're going to address issues with communications on console. I think we can all agree that the comms on console need some love and have been pretty dire since launch. Anyway, let's move on and get into the mountain of content we can expect in the next update. Vehicles. Added Soviet T-70 light tank. Added Jeeps to all factions, Germany, US, Soviet, we've been through that before on a previous video. Added Flamethrowers, Germany, support level 10, US support level 10. Added Molotovs, Soviet assault level 6, Soviet assault level 9, Soviet support level 6. Plenty of opportunities to use Molotovs there. They've given the DP-27 a buff. They've reduced the recoil while brace firing from 0.75 to 0.2. They increased the damage from 65 at 75 meters to 100 at 150 meters. Loadouts, they've added the Lend-Lease bazooka loadout for Soviet anti-tank level 8. Great that the Soviets actually have a bazooka now. On the maps, they've added Kharkov in warfare mode, offensive Germany mode, offensive Soviet mode, and then they've also added fire damage logic to pre-placed fire assets across all maps. So we have general fire damage across all maps. No more hiding in the flames, people, hey? Okay, so all of that is looking great. Personally, I can't wait for the new map and the Jeeps. I'm not even close to level 10 support for the Flamethrower, so I'll just be getting cooked alive instead of being the cook myself, I suppose. Okay, let's look at some of the new gameplay features now. Added persistent dismantle progression, saves progress for 5 seconds of inactivity. So I guess what this means is you don't lose dismantle progress if you come off for less than 5 seconds. That's great. Added shared dismantle progression, dismantles faster the more people there are assisting. Finally, a group of soldiers can dismantle a garrison quicker than a single soldier. This is music to my ears. They've improved the satchel placement logic, improved satchel damage consistency, vehicle engines now drown when being submerged in water, added new achievements. Nice to see some other bits in there too. Not sure if the achievements will be making it onto console yet, but we shall see. Next up, we've got a load of new cosmetics. So we've got the Skull Bucket DLC, which I haven't actually seen anything of yet, so it'll be interesting to get some images at some point of that. Winter Warfare DLC, which we covered in the last video. We've got some stuff for the Germans, the US and the Soviets. Base Winter uniforms, which is not actually DLC and will be with all versions of the game. Base Winter helmets, the same as the winter uniforms. They'll be available to all versions of the game and won't be DLC. That's great news. Now for the juicy bit, there's a long list of bug fixes here, but the most notable one for me is this one. Speculative fix for the long-standing grenade bug. Hallelujah. This has been the most frustrating bug I've come across on console, other than the comms issues obviously, so I'm super happy to see this get some mention. I really hope this is resolved this time. Right, there is far too much for me to go through now, so I'll link the changelog in the description and you can go have a read of some of the other bug fixes and bits there. And so that wraps us up for this video. Don't forget to subscribe, and here's to a successful playtest of Update 13 for Hell Let Loose. Take care and I'll see you in the next one.